This is the Frank and Friends show. Hi there, I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Sarah Roberto.
What are you doing?
I just want to say my name funny today.
All right. Well,
Sarah Roberto.
Sure. Thank you for coming.
Hi.
But I'm racing. I'm telling Sarah, stop talking. I need to start the record button because you're telling me all the good stuff.
Right?
I know it's you may have just seen Sarah on the show recently, but it's actually been several weeks since we recorded that episode.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to catch up on.
We do. Lots of things have happened, transpired.
And I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're watching on YouTube and hitting the subscribe button, the like button.
Hit the subscribe button. We have like 60 or 50 more people, and then get to 1,000.
I heard that the like button also helps the algorithm and puts the video in front of more people, so that's very beneficial to us. Then, of course, the merch. We've got the merch. We've got the towel.
Yes.
We've got the
cups.
But more than that, this is what she's been doing. I'll show the towel while you explain how you've spent the last few minutes when I've been desperately trying to start the show.
I have been playing on the Frank and Friends show store, and there's so much fun stuff on here. And the cool thing is when you go online, it's so easy to order. You can literally just order something and they take Apple Pay. And if you're basic like me and you spend all your money, Apple Pay is the best because all you have to do is click Apple Pay and click.
Now they have other things too in there. PayPal as well. I got Apple Pay and PayPal.
So if you're like me.
I just signed up for Zelle the other day.
Who uses Zelle?
The guy who pays me to do radio.
Gosh. That doesn't sound shady at all. That's like the time we paid MC Hammer in cash at the fair.
I paid John Paul. I paid famous flautist Jean-Pierre Rampal in cash at Wolf Trap.
Okay.
$10,000.
We've all done our shady deals, Frank Murphy.
Yeah.
But when you talk about the store, there's so many cool things on here. There's bucket hats, which I'm way overdue in ordering my bucket hat.
What did you get?
So I definitely got a bucket hat, but I'm also looking at all the other cool stuff here. I really think that I want a canvas print for my office because, first of all, shout out to Jody Collins because this is just the coolest.
Feral Giant ever. Designed that, and I'll give him a free plug, even though he didn't give me any free artwork.
I know. Well, artists got to work too. I
didn't even ask. I didn't even ask because I wanted. It was your friend Rob Howard from Hutch and Howard suggested Jody Collins for the artwork, and I didn't even ask for a discount. I just said I knew I wanted to own. I'm an artist, allegedly. And I want to get paid. If I go do something, I want to get paid. Yeah. And he should get paid. And it's a beautiful logo.
Oh, no, it's going to make me fill out stuff. I just lied to you.
Well, how's it going? We're going to mail it to you.
That's so nuts. Yeah, but usually when you do Apple Pay, it just gets you through it. Anyways, it's very easy to order. So.
All right, just like on Etsy?
Yes, just like on Etsy. I spend so much money on Etsy. Oh my goodness!
You set a new record.
I love it.
They sent her a ribbon. Congratulations!
Yes,
you're the current record holder for single transactions on Etsy.
Okay, it is fall. It is fall. It's fall time.
Yes, it is.
And what is more fall? See, I love Halloween, but I don't love scary Halloween. I like sweet, cute.
Charlie Brown Halloween.
Yes.
The Great Pumpkin Halloween.
Yes. So last year when trick-or-treaters came around, we did this whole, it was kind of janky, but it was like a Charlie Brown setup.
I just noticed that my wife hung a little jack-o'-lantern over there that I didn't know about until just now.
Yes. See,
I put out the fall mat for you.
Leaves. Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think I centered it. And I bought a mum.
Yes.
I was supposed to be orange. Here, look, this is supposed to be...
Well, at least he's still green, he's not dead.
This is supposed to be pumpkin pie orange mum. Cute. I bought it they had a sale at church on Sunday.
Yeah, I love mums.
So one of the guilds, they were selling mums, and I brought it home, and my wife says, she wanted a deep red mum, but she didn't tell me. So she says, I thought...
All mums are pretty.
I bought mum orange because I thought for the show.
Yeah.
So I just got to do some more.
It's got to get a little water.
Yeah, I watered it. Going. We just got to do some more episodes and let it bloom. So that's why rather than use a cut flower for this episode, I put this one in so we can see the progress.
There we go.
Over the next few episodes. All right. So now back to Charlie Brown, Etsy. I'll say hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I did something sort of bad, depending on your perspective. So I love doing the Charlie Brown. It's the Great Pumpkin. So there's actually these hand painted wooden, it's kind of one-dimensional, it's a sign.
Okay.
And it's all the different Charlie Brown characters. There's like 7 of them. So there's like Lucy in the witch costume, there's Snoopy, there's Snoopy with the Great Pumpkin, there's Linus, and then there's Charlie Brown in his little ghost costume.
With all the holes.
Yes, that says, I got a rock. And so I'm putting these in, my front yard.
And it's not, I've got to rock, it's, I got a rock.
I got a rock. Because, everybody's mean to Charlie Brown. But they were.
I'm just trying to beat Bruce Patrick to the punchline.
Right?
Because he'll put that in the comments.
No, but so I ordered this, and I had to ask my husband because I just like to be transparent because it was $700.
But you didn't tell him.
I did tell him.
After the fact.
Yeah. Well, I said, am I crazy if I ordered this? And he was like, no, those are cute. I was like, it's $700. He was like, I ordered it anyways. Because the kids will love it.
Oh, the kids will love it.
Kids, it's so
kids
cute.
so...
I'm gonna get little spotlights and put them in my front yard. And so if you drive through part of Knoxville and you see the whole Charlie Brown, it's a great pumpkin setup. You've arrived at my home.
And with candy, with pounds and pounds, 60 pounds of
We
candy.
give lots of candy away. Yeah, they bust kids in from everywhere in our neighborhood. So Halloween's an event.
I get it, because when we lived in Burbank, we used to take the kids over to the celebrity neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I may have told you this before, but we would go to Bob Hope's house.
What?
Well, I lived in California, right?
How cool.
So we would go over to Toluca Lake, and Bob didn't hand out stuff, but his staff would be there, and they would hand out, he would order up Bob Hope promotional merchandise for Halloween. So you made one year, it was an orange Frisbee with the gothic drippy looking letters that said Happy Halloween from Bob Hope, and then a picture of the Ski-Nose caricature in the middle. One year it was pencils or pens or whatever. Yeah. And then Joe Mantegna also lived in that neighborhood, but he would answer the door and hand out candy.
How fun is that?
I know.
That's really cool.
It was interesting. So I get it. You're the neighborhood that the people from all over, like in apartments, they'll come to your place.
Yes, absolutely. So we give out lots of candy.
I'm a little stressed because I think that my wife, I was taking a shower after my haircut yesterday, and my wife is...
Your hair's looking spiffy.
I just got it done. Just got it done because we're getting into TV season.
Yes,
I'm getting
it's that time.
It's TV hair where I get it done every 3 weeks instead of every 4 weeks.
Yes.
So she says, the doorbell rang while you were in the shower. I'm like, well, who was it? I didn't answer it. And then she said, but I looked out the window and it was the kids from across the street. They were walking away. I said, oh, I bet they wanted to sell us a school coupon book.
Oh, it's that time of year.
Yeah.
I love those things.
And I was hoping to get it on the first day so I could let the maximum number of days go by without using it.
Yes.
Because then on the very last, when it gets to August of next year, you're running around tearing out these coupons.
I put them in my car and forget about them.
And
I open the grub box and there's like 3 years worth of them.
You can't win because if you leave it in the kitchen, you forget to put it in the car. If you leave it in the car, you forget to bring it into the store. And this year they're like twice as much. They're $20. They can't be cheap. They're now up to $20, but you get an app, or you were supposed to download an app for your phone.
Fancy.
So you can have a digital coupon, which maybe you're less likely to forget. But you get to use both. You get to use the paper coupon and the digital coupon one time each.
Well, it's a good thing. Glad to support our local schools.
Yeah.
No matter where you live, support your schools.
It is the first of fall, I guess, or the first of fall actually is on Saturday the 23rd. So that will, you'll see this after that comes out. I'm going to put this out, I think, on probably Tuesday. Or whatever day I get to it, Monday, Tuesday. But back on the day we were recording this, it's Do You Remember? The 21st of September. And that song has gotten ruined for me. Ruined, destroyed.
How can Earth, Wind, and Fire be bad?
Oh, it's a beautiful song. But I decided I was going to crack some jokes on the radio.
Uh-huh.
So
Today?
No, this is every time the song played, I would play that song
I remember a lot.
At least once a week.
Yes, on some of the classic hits.
Yeah, and I still do. I mean, we still play it. I mean, I'm on a new station, which we'll get to. But we still play September. It's a brilliant song, and it's fun to crack the joke like, oh, by the way, if your birthday's on the 21st of September, ask your parents how they spent their Christmas vacation before you were born. Wah, wah. So then I thought, well, I need a different version of that joke. And then I realized that my actual birthday is 9 months after the 21st of September. So now the song is destroyed for me.
You don't think about that one too hard.
Because my mother would say, I was in labor on the longest day of the year, Frank, which was June 21st.
And it's hot?
Yeah. She went into labor the night of the 20th, spent all day the 20th, 21st, and I was born on the 22nd. Even on her deathbed, this is what she says to me. On her deathbed, she looks at me and goes, 30 hours of labor.
Poor Mama Murphy.
But God bless her. So, but I think she knew I would find that funny. I think she was trying to, make light of the situation.
Yeah, that you were paying even as you were coming into the world.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh, Mama.
Oh, speaking of songs, Jere is practicing, the song Hurt by 9 Inch Nails?
Not at all, folks, what I thought. Jere would be singing. I love that song.
You might know the version of it by Johnny Cash.
Sure. Well, I knew the first version because, I was raised in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s, and I was very angsty. I even had an eyebrow ring at one point.
Ew.
Dead serious.
Right.
Yeah.
I worked at KROQ at that time, so we played Hurt, and we also played the Johnny Cash version when that came out.
Yes, which is great. But why is she singing that song?
Well, it's a choral version. They've done, the Knoxville Choral Society is doing it, so she's practicing it with earbuds on, and it's unrecognizable because she's singing,
yes.
Whatever.
It's a fun take on it.
Yeah, because then the men might be singing the lyrics at that point, the women are all oohing and eyeing, and then vice versa. So I'll have to see it when the concert comes out. In fact, she doesn't know this yet, but the night of that concert is November 3rd, and somebody just texted me to ask if I can MC an event that night, so I have to.
No, the answer's no. No. You have to go to Jere's concert. Come on, how many years have you been married?
38.
Yeah, you should know better. She should have trained you.
And the concert is across the street from the brand new Andy's Frozen Custard.
Win-win.
Unless I go
Happy
to
wife
they have a
and
Teleco. They have a Teleco version on the November 5th. So maybe I don't know. I don't know. I've got to think about
ice cream. When are we going to Andy's Custards? I think we need to
It opens on October 10th, I think.
Okay, if these episodes come out on Thursday, we need to just use it as an excuse to have
why Thursday?
Treat Thursday. I don't know. Don't they come out on Thursday?
It come out whatever day I can get them out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I try to.
For some reason, I thought they came out every Thursday.
Yes.
New episode of Frank.
No, I'm not.
Thursday.
We're heading into the season that I couldn't even put out any episodes last year during Scholars Bowl. I just was overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's too much happening.
This year, I'm taking a hiatus from Einstein Simplified for 7 weeks. I'm going to just not go do improv on Tuesdays so that I have more time to prepare for Scholars Bowl.
But how will this affect Knoxville? There'll be no laughs in the scruffy city. You got to think about the butterfly effect here, Frank Murphy.
Well, we'll get to more of that in a moment. I'll get to that in a moment. But I thought I'm determined to try to put out a podcast every week, even though even during Scholars Bowl, even as hard as it will be, because we never shoot Scholars Bowl on Fridays, so I can maybe record on Fridays and put the episode out the following Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know.
You've got 14 jobs, so this is what happens.
Yeah.
It's problematic.
Yeah.
You need an assistant.
Well, I don't get paid enough in the actual jobs. How do I have an assistant?
You got a side hustle and then a side hustle and then a side.
Well, that's where Jere comes into play. She is an invaluable resource during Scholars Bowl because she's got I explained what I wanted. Yeah. I said, I wish in Scholars Bowl I could have the questions more easily categorized and I could just flow from one question to the next.
Yes.
And I described all these things I wanted. Everybody at the TV station and Ernie and all these guys said, that's too hard. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. That's too much work.
And she organized you, didn't she?
And I told Jere, and she's like, it is a lot of work, but we're going to do it. And she gets out the spreadsheets, and she gets out the mail merge, and she gets out all these things.
She brought a process to it.
And it was a lot of work. It was exhausting.
Yeah.
However, when I get to the show, and now I've got the cards, and everything is what I asked for, and I'm all of a sudden I'm flowing through the questions, and the games are going faster, and I had to come home to Jere and say, it's working so well that I ran out of questions because we've exceeded the number that I normally would ask during an episode. Yeah. So now we have to prepare another 10 questions for each show.
Flow.
Yeah.
That's good though.
It's good. I think it makes for a better TV show.
Yeah. Rotating it through. God bless Jere.
I know. So I also have another gig. Speaking of my gigs, when you sang the Bone Zones jingle last time you were here, or made up the Bone Zones jingle. I don't know if that had an effect. I don't know if you went viral like your brother thinks.
No, I think we...
200 views is a lot for me on YouTube, and how many more you put on TikTok and how many more on Instagram.
I could look and see how many views I got. It was a few hundred.
Yeah.
Maybe like 400 or 500.
It's viral-ish.
Ish.
It's a bad cold, you know.
We've got the sniffles.
So, but I have an actual gig. The Von Orr Library.
Okay. I've been there.
Have you?
Way out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's far.
I went down there for the Von Orr Balloon Festival. Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful though.
It is. It's gorgeous out there.
Yeah. So, and one time we did an episode. There's some company down there that grows sorghum grass and some other kind of grass and turns them into replacements for styrofoam.
Oh.
So if you can imagine anything like a styrofoam clamshell or even not sporks, maybe out of plastic or drinking cups, they make them out of this sorghum stuff. Nice. So that after you've finished using this single-use fork / clamshell / drinking cup, they even have bedpans. Then when they get thrown away, they're sorghum. They will just
totally
break down.
biodegradable.
Yeah, and in the dump, it doesn't matter where you throw them because they're gonna be fine. Well, anyway, that's also done there at Von Orr. So the Von Orr Library, they had a cancellation. Like I'll say a last-minute cancellation, but it's a month and a half before. So when am I going? I think it's October. I was going to look it up. I think it's October 20-something. They called bonezones.com. Don't forget the S, even though this is not a commercial for them. This is just an actual true story. So they called Bone Zones.
If you go to Bone Zone.
I don't want to know.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't want to know. Don't ask me. I'm never going to go there. Don't forget the S.
We don't advise you do that.
We don't forget the S.
Don't forget the S.
October 19th, Thursday, October 19th at I think 7 p.m.
It's coming up.
They called Bone Zones and said, "Who do you got?" And she says, "Well, Dr. Bass retired, but I got this guy who can do a cremation lecture." So, because I said I could do the cremation lecture.
Here's the death intro to our podcast.
It's Bone Zones.
Okay, go ahead.
So they're like, we don't, so I'm getting the cremation lecture dusted off. I'm like, I had prepared it for another event, and then I get a text. They don't want the cremation lecture. They want the history of the body farm.
Okay.
So now I have to create a new lecture about the history of the body farm, which I can do.
So you go down there and lecture about this stuff.
Yeah.
So you're like a Bone Zones ambassador.
I am the reply.
So you've got to learn the jingle then.
How does it go?
No.
I can edit it in.
I'm not your monkey. I just don't sing on command.
All right. I won't ask. I'll just wait.
We'll just sit here and comfortably.
Until you can't stand it any longer.
I have to. So is this is this my gig every time?
Sounds. Well, this show isn't even this episode is sponsored by the Improv Festival, which I need to do.
See, I was going to wait and debut it the next time they sponsor. Right. I'll roll it out.
I get it
Lyrics
now.
and everything.
I understand what you're doing.
Marketing mind.
You want to guarantee a return visit.
Yeah.
You like it here.
Yeah, I do like it here.
That makes me happy.
Mo. There's Mo.
Oh, there's Mo. You should slide Mo over a little closer to you. I'm blocking Mo.
No, we see him. Hey, Mo. What's going on, buddy?
There you go, Mo.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the commercial then for the Secret City Improv Festival, because we've kind of alluded to all of these different things. Bone Zones is like the presenting sponsor. I'm always involved with them. I work for them. I mean, let's be real. I get paid to go to Von Orr and give a lecture. So, but the Secret City Improv Festival has the opportunity for you to see dozens of professional improv troupes. I mean, I think 23, so that's almost a 24.
It's just so fun.
And then some high school troupes. From Farragut does it.
Oh, cool.
I think Hardin Valley was there last year. And I'm not sure which of the high schools, but there's 3 high schools. So probably those same 2 and maybe last year was West, I think was the 3rd one.
Okay.
And they had a great time and they put on great shows.
Awesome.
So if you want to see high school kids doing improv, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. But you can also see these professionals. And there are shows on Friday, October 6th at 7, 9, and 11 p.m. This is at the Grove Theater in Oak Ridge, the historic Grove Theater. Yes. Tickets are only $10, or you can get a 2-day pass for $20. So $10 gets you into the shows on Friday. I think that's how it is.
And it's really important to support community events like this, especially with comedy, because
$10 per night or combo for $20.
Yeah, we just don't have events like this much anymore. I feel like if you want to go see comedy in this wider East Tennessee community, you have to go see big art like a Chelsea Handler or whoever. Kevin Hart.
I'll disagree only because you're not in the Knoxville Comedy Facebook group and all the other things that I'm in.
I'm saying for the average Knoxville.
I'm saying if you seek it out. There's a guy named Gary Jackson who is putting on shows at the Square Room. Now he doesn't during football season.
I work with him.
You know him?
I'm so serious.
Is that the guy?
Yes, I work with him.
He's a tech guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I work with him. He's in my office.
It's a pretty common name.
He's a nutcase.
Is it the same Gary Jackson?
Yes, he's a blockchain expert.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and he's a DJ and he's a comedian.
Yeah, okay.
Which is a weird trifecta of things, but yeah, he's super funny.
Well, Paul Simmons in Einstein Simplified is a computer programmer.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Littleton is some kind of computer guy.
Paul is
IT guy.
Hysterical.
Well, Gary's funny. So he came to an Einstein show. I met him. And Right now he's doing these comedy shows up in the Tri-Cities. This is a commercial for Secret City Improv Festival. What am I doing? But at the Square Room, if you seek out the comedy, you can find it almost any night of the week.
Seek it out. That's the point.
You have to seek it out. Go to Alan Sims' blog or something like that. You can find it if you look. Well, find this in Oak Ridge on October 6th and 7th at the Grove Theater. And if you go to secretcityimprov.fest.com/Frank, I get a gold star next to my name if you buy your ticket through that link.
Because we're promoting local comedy, and it's just a good time.
Or you can buy it in person at Calamity's Coffee in Oak Ridge, Checkpoint Gaming in Clinton, and a few other places that are all listed there on the website.
Fantastic.
Now, the cool thing is on the Saturday shows, the first 3 shows are going to be family friendly, which means,
that's good.
We got to keep it clean. That's the 3 p.m., which probably would be some of the high schoolers.
No F-bombs.
The 5 p.m.
No bone zone.
And 7 p.m., including Einstein Simplified, which means he put us in the clean show.
That's okay. You guys can do a clean show.
We can, of course we can.
You guys did it at the fair before.
Yeah.
And kept it clean.
We've done it at churches. We've done it for kindergartens.
I think you guys kept it as clean as the time that I had a brilliant idea of bringing Naughty by Nature to the fair, and they kept it real clean.
Well, save that story
clean.
Too.
Oh, are they?
We do have to talk about the fair and save that story too.
Yes.
But so we're doing, I guess, the clean show. And even though I'm going to be on hiatus from Einstein Simplified from October 1st to Thanksgiving,
I'm going to bring you back.
I want to do this show.
Of course.
Because it's a quick hit. It's at the Improv Festival. You get to meet other improvisers and network and that kind of thing. So I will be there on the October 7th, 7 p.m. show. And then the filthy shows, I guess, or whomever, 11:45 and 10:30. And if you're really into improv, you want to wait around to like midnight where they have a jam and people from all the different groups can get up and improvise with each other, which is a weird thing because, you don't normally interact with that person. It's like pick up basketball. You don't know everybody's style and everybody's...
It's an improv menage.
It is.
Or something.
Yeah, I don't know the number that would go with that, but you certainly are on the right half. And then if you want to learn improv, they get workshops on Saturday the 7th and a special on Sunday the 8th.
And that would be so fun.
Go to secretcityimprov.fest.com/Frank. Okay.
Yes.
So,
I love comedy.
Tennessee Valley Fair.
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature?
Yeah, I booked them like years ago.
And was it bad?
Lots of bad language, folks. Yeah. On like a Friday night, like one of the traditionally the busiest nights. Lots of language. But some of the country artists would do that too.
Oh.
Some of the country artists that we had would get up there with their Bud Light, which I don't know if anybody drinks Bud Light now.
But they just changed them. I mean, these guys have just changed to a different brand. It's no big deal for them. They don't care.
But I mean, they would drink their beer and the words would start flying and you're just like,
Well, I was there the night that T-Pain performed.
So sad I missed that.
But I missed it too because we parked.
I'ma buy you a drink.
We got a parking space.
Do you know T-Pain?
I don't know him. Sarah, look at me. I'm old.
It's hip hop. It's so.
I've heard of T-Pain. I've heard of 2 Chainz. I couldn't tell you a song that T-Pain or I met Tupac. I have Tupac's autograph somewhere. On a 8x10 glossy.
How do I not know that you met Tupac?
He came to the radio station. Everybody came to the radio station at some point. It seemed like.
Is this clean? Like,
what?
Can you bleep me out? Holy really? Tupac? That's like... Oh. That's crazy. You got to do that. You got to do the dramatic.
He just came to the Jay Thomas show, I think it was.
Yeah.
To promote a movie called Poetic Justice.
Yeah, with Janet Jackson.
Yeah, I met her too. At a different station at a different time. It's
all my 90s dreams.
Yeah, I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
They're lovely. it was exciting. That's one of the things I really liked about radio. And that's why I'm trying to figure out in my quote unquote memoir that I haven't gotten.
Yeah, you need to do that. And
I've started it, but I just don't have enough time to make it perfect, and that's my problem.
Can you please talk about somebody you met that was just like a complete butt? That was somebody that was like not nice.
Sometimes it was. I don't know if I blame them because of the time difference, and they were so hungover that
they were grumpy.
They just wanted to sleep.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Swayze, I remember him just being so tired, so very tired.
Yeah.
Trying to promote She's Like the Wind, or whatever it was from Dirty Dancing. He
probably, goodness, they probably promoted the crap out of that.
So tired. And some of them, who was this guy? There was another alternative rocker out in L.A. and
they were known for not being very nice most of the time.
And I thought, well, I wanted to get an autograph because it was Blind Melon. I had the Blind Melon CD with the little girl with the bumblebee, and it was Shannon Hoon.
Shannon Hoon,
I thought I'll get his autograph, right? But he just didn't seem, accessible.
Well, he had that little problem with heroin.
Oh, he was dead within a month.
Yeah.
He was.
A few issues there.
He died in New Orleans only a few weeks after this.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. So that's why I mentioned
a little bit unapproachable. So probably not how he naturally is.
So those are not the best stories. The opposite are the best stories. The stories are the celebrities who actually remember your name.
Oh, yeah.
Or they're just sweet and pleasant, like poor Amy Grant. She's a huge Christian star.
Oh my gosh, massive.
But a 0 in top 40. So she shows up at the radio station, and they just make her sit in the break room next to the fridge and the microwave and the vending machine.
This had to be before she hit big in the late 80s with Baby.
This is mid 80s.
Yeah.
Before she was working Baby. She was trying to get us to play Baby.
We all had that CD or that tape.
Yeah,
back in the day.
So I'm just going back to the bathroom, and I'm just gobsmacked because here is a beautiful woman,
gorgeous,
just sitting there minding her business, reading a magazine. And I'm like, what do you say to Amy Grant, right? And she said, oh yeah, I'm just waiting to see the music director and talk about my new song.
She's hustling.
Like it's no big deal, like that's what you do.
Yeah.
And then she played it, of course the song hits, we play it. She sells out the Patriot Center Arena at George Mason University.
Yeah,
big
deal.
Not only did I get tickets for myself and my wife, but we had backstage passes to go meet Amy Grant again, so my wife could meet her.
Did she remember you?
No.
Oh, I was going to be really impressed.
No. Donny Osmond, Bobcat Goldthwait, Brian Setzer. Those are the ones who remembered me.
Brian Setzer.
I love Brian Setzer.
Yeah.
And it makes other people so mad. It's funny because it just makes other people get just so angry.
Yeah.
One day we're driving in a
Stray Cats, right?
Yeah.
And then he was part of that revival.
Brian Setzer Orchestra.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. I love that band.
The 90s swing. I wish that would come back around. That's a trend that has not come back around. Why?
You can still listen to it.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
It's fantastic, especially Christmas time. I watch their Christmas concert on DVD every year.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, one day we're driving out going to dinner with our friends Charlie and Anya in Burbank, and we're in the minivan. They're driving the minivan, and I'm sitting in the back with Jere. And you'd see Jay Leno driving around Burbank.
He seems nice.
He is nice. But he drives so slow. He drives this antique jalopy, and they'd be wondering why traffic is going so slow.
He has 400 cars.
And because you're stuck behind Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Well, we pull up to a traffic light, and here comes this souped-up convertible, and it's Brian flippin' Setzer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Frank, how you doing?
And you're like...
Right, I'm excited. And then, I had him on multiple times at KROQ and multiple times at KLOS. So we had a lot of, and it wasn't just drop by, be interviewed, and leave. It was I'm bringing the band. There's a lot of technical stuff to work out. And his staff, his agents, or publicists, whomever, I did a lot with them. So they would probably put in a good word with Brian. Well, he's going to be the headliner at the National Association of Broadcasters convention. He's going to play a set.
Oh, really?
And it's at a big high-rise hotel in downtown Los Angeles. And I need a job, so I have somehow wrangled a pass for part of this convention.
I thought you were going to say you emceed it.
No, I'm a nobody. And we're down in the lobby, and I'm looking for anybody I can talk to. I'm looking for a Scott Shannon or anybody who could hire me. Any PDs or GMs. And they announced that the show will be starting soon upstairs. Everybody needs to go. So now we're all crowded into the elevator area, which is not that much bigger than the room that we're in. All right? And somebody from the hotel or the record company or somebody says, hey, everybody, back up, make way, because they're going to let Brian Setzer cut to the front of the line and ride the elevator up ahead of us so that he can entertain us when we get upstairs, right? So he's like, sorry, everybody. Oh, hey, Frank, how you doing? Sorry. And I get the death glare from these program directors and music directors who thought Brian Setzer would remember them instead,
Well, you got to be nice to people.
Yeah.
Part of being memorable is being nice.
So anyway, that's my Brian Setzer story. So I'm sorry I didn't mean to derail that.
No, we're going to talk about the fair. How'd the fair go? I didn't make it this year.
Do you ever go?
I haven't been back in a hot minute, to be really
To me,
honest with you,
I have this
'cause
feeling
it's so busy.
that you going back to the Tennessee Valley Fair is analogous to me listening to a radio station where I used to work.
Yeah, no.
It's it could be entertaining, but
I love the fair. I grew up. I remember going to the fair when I was a little kid, and when they hired me, I was so happy because I was so early in my career.
And you did marketing.
I did marketing for
them.
I was there for 6 full years.
That's a long time.
I think, yeah, it was longer than.
That's how you and I know each other. If you wonder why Sarah is a friend of Frankenfriends, it's because we would do these long, rambling interviews for the public affairs show.
So fun.
They were fun. And you're bubbly and entertaining, and then we always had a good time chatting.
Always been silly, yes.
So
it was a good gig.
This year I went to the fair twice, and they're both on YouTube. You can see that Becca James and I went and emceed the Fair Food Throwdown.
What did you eat? I have to know.
Well, as MCs, we could pick and choose whatever we wanted.
We could just taste. You could graze.
Yeah, we grazed at the leftovers. So we had some of the almond joy funnel cake.
Ooh.
We had some of the deep fried Oreo. We had some of I'd be fat
candy
again apple.
I would be fat again.
I got some of those candy apples from which is now called. Did they change the name of the church? It's now Fairview. I called it Fairview
What's
Methodist.
Crazy
it's
about
Fairview
that?
Trinity Church.
Yes, so they have been there for over 50 years. Selling apples.
And Cheryl Hodge met her husband that way.
Yes.
And they got married at the fair around.
And that's what's cool about the fair. And if you're not in Knoxville, there's fairs in every community that people think, oh, it's rods and carnies and stuff. It's not. It's really, there's so much about it that's about the history of the community and people coming together and just spending time together and making things and celebrating.
I've been amazed at how many of my Facebook friends won lots of blue ribbons for their food or their vegetables.
Their photography,
Houston Vandergriff wins for that. I know some of the Oak Ridge
Crafts.
The Oak Ridge ballet moms enter that.
Yes. There's
Yvonne
dance
Dalchin.
Competitions. There's pageants.
There's a dance competition?
Yeah, there's a cheerleading and dance competition for high school students and for middle school students. Yeah, it happens on Saturday morning. No, there's just a little bit of something for everybody. It's
this
really cool.
year, Becca and I, we did like a precision strike. We went in for our 2 contests and left.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because you want to walk around and eat fair food.
Yes.
But when you're there to eat fair food, and you just can't. It's only so much you can do.
I had to be very limited on the fair food, but if you have not had deep fried Oreos, people, you are just missing out.
They're the best. They hold up the best.
I can't even explain to you how good they are.
It was the deep fried Milky Way that people were very excited about.
That's so good. I've had that.
And some of the folks, like one of the judges was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Nice.
And he seemed, he said, how do they deep fry Milky Way? I said, well, based on my previous knowledge of deep fried foods.
I think I know the answer to this, yeah.
I bet you do.
Don't they deep freeze it, get it really, really, really cold?
Right, so you know that.
They batter it.
I know that.
They do the same thing with the deep fried butter.
And the deep fried banana pudding.
Yes, get it really, really cold.
So we know that because we like to know how the sausage is made, if you'll pardon the expression, but how the deep fried
I did a lot of food segments when we were there because, local news wanted to cover
So you get it. You understand. I've hung out with Mom and Jane.
Food?
So I'm saying this on the microphone, and people are looking at me like, how do you know that? And then when the guy who won the contest for deep fried Milky Way, Ricky Steamboat's like, ask him how he did it. He's like, did you deep freeze it? I deep freeze it before I deep fry it.
Yeah, there's a reason that, these.
So now Ricky Steamboat thinks I'm some kind of smarty pants because I knew.
No, people are so interested in this Food Network and Cooking Channel. People love to watch things like this.
Imagine now that we are at this event with all of this deep fried, delicious food.
Good stuff.
And Ricky Steamboat, the huge celebrity from the WWE, okay? And we're trying to record, and we end up getting, somebody's like photobombing us.
Of course.
And doesn't realize.
It's always a problem at the fair.
Doesn't realize that we're doing a video. Right? In fact, then starts talking.
Oh, no.
I'm like, so I have to edit it out. We have to do a cut, and we have to move the camera, so we put a neutral backdrop so they can't photobomb us. But anyway, so then this guy, the photobomber, I don't know if he felt bad or what, I don't know why he decides he needs to come up and talk to me.
Yes.
And he puts his hand on this part of me, right? And says, you need to go to the doctor. He says, do you know what an intuitive is? I'm like, yeah, it's a type of psychic. He says, you need to go to the doctor because of this area right here.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Is it because you just ate all the deep fried food?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So this is what goes through my mind. Now, number one, I'm cynical because I'm aware of how fake psychics do cold readings.
Sure, yeah.
Where, do you have an M or a J? So you have a dead person who's there. It's their name has an M or a J in it. I'm fairly sure. Was it Mary? Was it John? No, wait, don't tell me. It was. And then you actually end up telling them. Yeah. They pretend not to hear it. They circle back around to it and surprise you. It's a magic trick.
It's a little trick.
It's a mentalist trick. It's a great thing.
Oh, yeah.
But you can do it. You can learn it and you can do it. So I thought, well, is this guy would be a hoaxer? And then I also thought of this recent podcast I listened to where somebody was a coroner from Louisiana. I don't remember where, not New Orleans. Coroner in Louisiana was being interviewed. And he was describing this is all going through my head. He was describing the scene where he'll go in and there'll be a death at home and there's no explanation for it.
Okay.
Dead person in the house. So what he does as the coroner is he goes and he looks in the fridge and he looks in the garbage and he looks in the pantry and then he comes into the back to where the living room where the person's dead in the easy chair and he says, it's probably heart attack, stroke, some kind of coronary disease because he just looked at the deep fried foods.
Yes.
So now...
Well, and what kills the most Americans, statistically speaking, also?
So look at me, middle-aged, old senior citizen white guy, not thin, and I'm at a deep fried food contest to point to my heart area and say that, you might have some kind of problem in this area.
Yeah.
And you should go see the doctor immediately. This is this crosses my mind, right? And then, this is where I got really kind of wigged, is I remembered I listened to another podcast with a former Long Island psychic. Not the former Long Island psychic.
Not the lady with the nails.
No, she said this because this one on the interview says, oh yeah, there's dozens of Long Island psychics.
Okay.
and they network with each other and they compare notes and they do all this, right?
It's a scam.
So she said it's not a scam. She said they had actual power. Some of them have actual gift, but now that she has moved to the South and converted, she's been born again and she's a Baptist or a Methodist or she's something.
God bless her.
And she says she believes that these voices that she would hear, these things that she would get, that she could summon with she had tarot cards and Ouija boards and all of this stuff, and she'd hear the dead relative telling me about you, Sarah. She says it was demons. It was like fallen angels, demons from hell were telling her this stuff and lying to and mixing in the truth and the lies because. So this is her whole...
This is freaking me out.
I know. This is her... She's preaching now. She goes around and she speaks about, don't go to psychics because they are summoning up the demons of hell and the demons have information. They know things and they reveal it to the psychic. I know, it's frightening.
My California grandmother used to pay really good money to go to a psychic.
Some of them are fake. Let's hope it was a fake one.
Yes.
But...
So is there anything wrong with your heart? You kind of buried the lead on that. Did you go to the doctor?
Well, I went to the chiropractor, and I was all stove up in this area.
Okay.
And they worked on it. So then when I go back to a week later, I go to the donut eating contest. Who do I see again?
The same guy?
And he says to me, did you go to the doctor? I said, yeah, I went to the chiropractor. You were right. It was all like jammed up. Now I feel good.
Now you're better.
And he got mad, stormed off. Because that's not what he meant. That's not what I meant.
That's a weird dude.
Why would you tell somebody that? Why would you go up and just ruin somebody's day like that? Unless you really think, if it's the demons working through the guy, and I hope it's not, they're trying to get me hooked on that, to believe in this guy instead of whatever else.
I know.
It's scary.
It's weird.
But weird stuff happens to me everywhere I go. So maybe I was a little nonplussed by it. I'm like, yeah, okay.
You're like, all right.
Yeah, of course.
I'm
unfazed.
Sure. I'm unfazed by you.
I will eventually. I need to get a physical. In fact, what I really want to do is get another colonoscopy for that sweet, sweet nap that comes with it.
Colonoscopies are good.
And the deep. It's like
I'm just saying.
There was a trend in the '90s for deep cleanses. You would go get a water enema or something like that. Now, what was it called? It was the thing. I can't remember what it was called. Some kind of colon cleanse.
Frank needs an enema.
Well, we made Big Tad we made him go get one live on the radio because we were trying to, poor kid. You always abuse the interns,
That's
unfortunately.
awful.
I know.
That's like one of the worst things I've ever
It was bad.
I've ever heard of. So I need to know like about the donuts though. How were the donuts?
Oh, well, the donuts were
we kind
fine.
of missed that.
Oh, we went back for the donut
Who doesn't
contest.
like donuts?
You can watch the episodes,
I haven't
Sarah.
had
It's
a
on
donut
YouTube.
in a freaking year.
It's on YouTube.
I want a donut.
And they're good. The ones that I liked best did not win.
Oh.
Like in the yeast category, there was one that had cinnamon sugar on it.
Oh.
That was my favorite.
Mwah.
The one that won instead had orange icing.
Okay.
So I got outvoted.
Yeah.
The cake donut that I liked best, there was a strawberry lemonade.
Okay.
And a lemon, and a glazed lemon. And I didn't think I would like those. I didn't think I would like them, but it had that, sweet tart
that tarty
combination.
Yeah, tarty. Is that a word? Tarty?
Tart. I think you just say tart.
Tart.
Tart is an adjective.
Tart like
I don't think you need to add.
lemon.
You don't need to adjectify an adjective.
I like to make up words.
All right, it's fine. But those were my favorites. But the one that won were the blueberries, and they were okay.
Have you had Duck Donuts here locally? I mean, it's not local to Knoxville. There's like
they would not be eligible for the contest because they're a chain.
Yeah, right.
But Jere and I went to Duck, North Carolina to the original Duck Donuts.
They're hot donuts.
Yeah, they're good. They put all sorts of stuff on top. You get maple and bacon and everything.
I like just the vanilla.
Like there was a banana pudding donut that I couldn't give a high score to because I didn't get any banana or pudding. I just got donut, the way they cut it. So I'm sorry for you. I'm sure it was fine. If I had gotten any banana pudding, I might have been able to rate it. But all I got was a slice of yeast donut.
Yeah, and that was it.
And I don't like yeast donut. I don't.
Yeast donuts are not it. I agree.
I'm a cake donut man.
Cake donuts
all the way.
Are like, we got a fist bump on that, leaving me hanging.
There was there's an Adam Ragusa video. Do you know him?
No.
He is a huge YouTuber with 2 million followers. And he moved to Knoxville. Oh. And he makes interesting videos. And he made one at Status Dough about the difference between yeast and cake donuts.
Status Dough is very good.
And another video he made, or not a video, I guess he's my influencer now. Because he did an Instagram post. And it's him it's his hand, I guess, at the Dairy Queen on Kingston Pike. And he says, this is not an ad, but the family that runs this Dairy Queen is killing it. And a picture of this burger. And he said, when does a burger in real life look like a burger on a TV commercial?
That's a Dairy Queen right on Kingston Pike, like in West Knoxville, right?
Yeah, it used to be a Hardee's or something.
That place is so good. I've gotten ice cream there a couple of times.
So Jere and I went there and we got and I took out the Instagram. I said, did you know you're on Adam Ragusa's Instagram? And they had no idea. And I showed it to him. I said, I would like this same hamburger, please. And they look at it carefully.
He's like, hook me up with this.
And they tell me which one it is, and I get the same one.
How was it?
It was fine. It was good.
Delicious.
Now my mistake is I also got the 85-cent Blizzard. Because during September they had a discount on Blizzards if you get the app.
Which one? I need to know which Blizzard you like.
I thought I would love the pumpkin pie Blizzard.
Ew, no.
I like pumpkin pie.
I like pumpkin pie, but it's just not ice cream.
I like pumpkin pie ice cream. This tasted like vanilla. It wasn't enough pumpkin.
It wasn't enough.
It was not enough. It's like the eggnog milkshakes you get at Cookout or places.
Yeah. It's just not enough flavor.
They just taste like vanilla.
Yeah.
To me, if I want eggnog, I want it to be artery clogging. You want
to have the experience.
I want the eggiest, noggiest, the pumpkiniest, pie-iest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost disgustingly so.
Like the old Baskin Robbins had eggnog and pumpkin pie ice creams that were. I mean, you take that little spoon and it would just hit you right in the face.
Like, pumpkin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a s'mores Blizzard that is amazing.
So I should get that?
Yes. I don't think they have it anymore because summer's almost over. But if you see the s'mores Blizzard, I'm telling you, even though I've been dieting, I had it. It was delicious.
There is a new Leanne Smorgan cookie. And I voted for that name, by the way. I'm sure hundreds of other people did too. At Moonshine Mountain Cookies.
Oh, those are good too.
I've seen them pull it apart on camera, and I've got to go get one, but I haven't been able to yet.
I've had none of this food. This is why.
I can't go because I've already eaten my limit for the day. Or we went to Mooyah Burger.
Oh, I love that place too.
Because it was National Cheeseburger Day, and you could get a free cheeseburger.
Heck yeah!
If you bought the fries and a drink.
Yeah.
So I got a water and a fries, but then and Moonshine Mountain is cookie.
It's right there.
But at that point, we're like, well, we're done.
We're done.
So
we need to have a treat day where we have all these treats. I need to bring donuts next time.
Okay.
Lattes
You said you were going to bring cold pumpkin lattes,
we will.
and you didn't.
Yes, but it's later in the day, my friend. If I had a cold brew pumpkin-y thing, I would be awake all night, and nobody would be happy.
All right. So watch this in the morning, or watch it in the afternoon. But we got to go. I think Jere's sitting out in the garage with the engine running, trying to get in the house.
Sorry, Jere.
But oh my gosh, there's so many more things to talk about.
I know, and we got to talk about Bone Zones. We promise it's coming. We will have lyrics and a rollout when we do the next Bone Zones.
If you like audio entertainment like this and like to drive around and listen to many, many things, go to audibletrial.com/FrankenFriendsShow. When you use our URL, you're supporting us just by signing up for a free 30-day trial membership in which you get an MP3 download. Actually, you get one every 30 days while you're a premium member, and you keep that forever. You can listen to as much as you possibly can during that month, and it'll just keep renewing until you decide that you can't listen to anymore. But
but there's always new books coming out, so
that's what they're
joke's
counting
on you.
Yeah. It would take a lifetime to listen to everything that's currently on Audible.
Yes.
So pick and choose wisely, my friend.
Yes.
And listen to podcasts on there as well, like this one, audibletrial.com/FrankenFriendsShow. You need to get back to your phone and start buying that merch.
I will.
Because you teased me.
And I'm bringing it next time.
You are a tease, Sarah Roberto.
I kept forgetting.
You are a merch tease is what you are. You're like, oh, look at me, I'm going to get a bucket hat. And then now it's a month later practically. Oh, yeah, I'm still going to get that bucket hat. Oh, there's different choices of colors. How am I going to decide?
There's like 4 choices of colors.
I didn't remember that I did that. I set all this up.
Variety.
All right.
Yes.
Well, God bless you. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and thank you for being here. Sarah, I hope you'll be back again soon.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous because the next scheduled co-host is a former Knoxville news anchor who I used to have a pretty big crush on.
Oh.
And I don't know if she's going to let's see if she shows up.
You're not going to reveal her name?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, okay.
But what if she doesn't show up? I don't want to.
Oh, that'll be fun, though. They're all great.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass her.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. All right. She doesn't live here anymore, so she moved away.
Do I get to say it's the Frank and Friends Show?
Oh, yeah, please.
Me? It's the Frank and Friends Show. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Frank Murphy.
I am Sarah Roberto.
And we'll talk to you again next time.